Questions for Lindsey.
Welcome to New Zealand. How are you feeling about your first match?
Very excited. Obviously, we just landed yesterday and got the feels of everything in the hotel and whatnot, and getting out here was very nice. So it's full preparation for the first game now.
And how are you guys viewing the football ferns going into this World Cup?
Oh, it's amazing. I think it's so cool that they're a host country along with Australia, and we just played up against them in January. I don't think they had their full squad, but really cool opportunity for them to play in front of their home crowd and fans, friends, family, everything. So super excited for them as well.
What's it like for you having a World Cup in this part of the world? It's quite unusual to be so far from Europe or the States.
Yeah, but it's amazing. This is why World Cups are so cool. You get to travel around the world and play in some amazing places. So I think this is amazing for New Zealand and Australia. I think we're all so happy to be here. It's a little more difficult for family and friends to get here, but we're making it possible.
Stepping up as captain is obviously pretty incredible. How are you feeling about that role in Henman's tournament?
Yeah, it was a lot last week when everything got announced and everything, but now it feels amazing. It's cool to be leading the team with Alex and a few other the veterans and leaders on this team. So really thankful, grateful for this opportunity, and just excited to get going now here.
Nice. I heard you guys are big fans of New Zealand's coffee culture. You guys got off the plane and got a coffee. Was it
right away?
As good as you expected?
Absolutely. Well, we were here in January, so we know all of our places because they're so close to our hotel. So that's very nice for us.
You know, you mentioned just a second ago about the veterans. Alex mentioned to us that there are 14 players in this team that are playing in their first World Cup ever. So many of the players are so young, like Alicia, even Trinity Rodman, but there's a lot of pressure on their backs, especially with Trinity, with her dad and things like that. So how do the veterans in the team sort of help the youngsters in these sorts of situations?
Well, first off, there's always pressure in this team. We live in pressure, and I think we make that very known to any new, younger player coming into this environment, that you're going to live in that for the rest of your career on this national team. For the young ones, it's nothing new. They do this week in, week out with the NWSL. You see the way Trinity's playing, and Alyssa, so all these players, they've been incredible, and so it's nothing new to them. It's just a bigger stage and a little bit more fans now going into the World Cup. Tell them just to do the same thing that they do every single week, and obviously just take in the moment and enjoy it.
You mentioned the NWSL there. This season in particular, in its third iteration, the crowds have actually been really, really great. 5,000-6,000 at a minimum. Do you think that helps coming into a World Cup for all of the players?
Yeah, obviously. The more fans you play in front of it, it's easier when you go into stages like this where there could be 70, 80,000 fans. But again, it's just knowing who they are and playing their game, and sometimes we just tune them out, so that's helpful.
Alex, last one for Lindsey. Go ahead.
Thank you. Alex kind of said, we're talking about the three-peat. She says, no one's really saying anything about it in the group because it's about this cycle, but is it low-key in the back of your mind?
Honestly, we made that a point coming into this, that we were just focusing on this tournament only. Obviously, we were so proud and happy about our accomplishments in the past, but I think that's kind of left in the past for right now, and we focus on this tournament and we focus on Vietnam.
Start feeling the ball. Get it before it. Increasing the. Oh, nice. Yeah. But no! Go left, brother. Go left. Go left. Go left.
Come on, get. Quick. Four.
In New Zealand, I think every kid that I've spoken to along here and I've asked, who are you most excited to see? The answer has been Alex Morgan. What is it like knowing you've got that sort of reach on the other side of the world?
I think that this team, stands for a lot, and so to have the reach that we do is obviously fantastic. And just to know that here today and in our games, we're going to have hopefully a little bit of home crowd feeling. A lot of people cheering for us, against us. I just want loud crowds, but it's definitely great to see this turn up today.
Getting that first training session under the belt, does that make things feel a lot more real?
Just landing here in Auckland makes things more real. We knew we were coming in about 10 days out from first game, 10 days out. So just getting here, having to say goodbye to our families and kind of leaving the U.S., feels like we're in a very mild winter, but we've definitely switched seasons.
Yeah. What else for Alex?
Alex, played with Ali Riley before, New Zealand captain. What are your main impressions of her?
Yeah, I've played with Ali and Ria, who are the New Zealand co-captains. They're both great players, great people. Ali, I've pretty much played with and against since I was probably 18, 19 years old, and she's just a really good person. She works so hard, and she represents New Zealand so proudly on the global football stage. So it's great to see them both being captains and to have a World Cup of this magnitude and this caliber, and just with so many fans watching, so many people tuned in, and FIFA stepping up as well. It must be a good feeling for them.
And you played with Ria at Spurs, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, I played with Ria at Spurs. Yeah.
What were your impressions of her?
Ria's just she's a true leader. She's kind of a no bullshit type person, if I could say that. But she's just super professional and great person to be around. She holds the standard really high, and I really enjoyed my time with her, even though it was short.
Alex, it's such a...
How would you compare the feeling in this team compared to 4 years ago?
I mean, the energy's high. It's there. Just like 4 years ago. Obviously, it's just way different personnel, different coach. But I feel like as you land in the host country, and you prepare for a World Cup, you got some nerves and some just anticipation and excitement. I mean, we came out to this field yesterday for the first time, just for a walkthrough, and we were all singing, dancing, just talking loud. You could feel the excitement. So I think there's a lot of similarities in that way, but at the same time, when we step on the field this World Cup, I think it's we have 32 teams in the World Cup like never before. So it's just going to be very competitive. It's going to be the most watched World Cup. It's going to be the best one yet.
Alex, it's obviously very early days. Is the phrase three-peat allowed to be uttered in camp at this stage?
Sorry, what? I think they're trying to catch a rugby and not succeeding.
I was going to say, how are your rugby skills?
Terrible. Just probably like the rest of us. Yeah, the rest of the girls there.
The US has been on top of the world for so long. How do you keep yourself there with all the competition you've got?
Yeah, honestly, getting to the top is tough, but staying there is even harder. We've had to challenge each other every single day in training. We hold each other accountable. The trainings are extremely difficult. You guys probably saw it today. It's very competitive. We don't shy away from tackles or getting into each other. So I think that's how we really keep the standard high. And I think our domestic league in the USWNT definitely helps, because that helps us, play year round and get to know each other a lot more. And then, bringing it to the global stage, whether it's all the, Brazilians and Australians and other internationals playing in the NWSL, and then seeing them competing against them in a World Cup, it's always just driving the standard. That's what this team is about.
Last one for Alex. Go ahead.
Thank you. How often is the phrase three-peat thrown around in the team?
It's actually never thrown around with the team. It's thrown around with the media. I think a lot of fans talk about it, but honestly, this team, we have 14 first-timers for the World Cup, and we see this as our own journey. Each four-year block is its own. We're coming
to the end of this 4-year block after the World Cup. So we're looking to obviously, looking to make history. That would be great with what you said with 3-peat, but this team, that's not on the back of our minds. It's really just winning each game as it comes.
Everybody?
Good, thank you. How are you, more importantly?
I'm good. Yeah, had a good night's sleep. Chilling. Nice to be back out, full training with the team, and yeah, it feels very real now that we're here. I was excited to get out of the country and land down here.
You've adjusted the sleeping patterns okay?
I don't want to brag, which will probably come back and bite me tonight, but yeah, I feel like I slept pretty well. I was up early, obviously, but yeah, sleeping pretty good.
Haven't been on the ground for too many hours yet, but how are you finding the facilities and things?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, beautiful pitch. We have the whole setup and a really nice gym. Hotel's bomb that we're staying at. We're spoiled here, so we feel good and comfortable and excited to get this thing going.
I guess, how do you feel about your upcoming game, your opening match? How are you guys feeling about that?
So excited. I've been thinking about it for since we qualified, really, and obviously since the draw, knowing who it'll be. Always a little bit of nerves, but I think that's good. To be excited. There's a lot of people that are getting their first World Cup game. A lot of us that are, I don't even know how many I'm on, but it's a lot. But the nerves are still kind of there, and the excitement. There's nothing quite like that, and it only comes every 4 years, so it's a nice little treat every time.
And for you personally, how are you feeling going into this tournament?
I think the same. I'm really excited. It's so special to be able to play in a World Cup. Obviously, having been to a few other ones, I know that, but that feeling doesn't change. It's so difficult to make it to a World Cup. It's so difficult to make our team, much less make it to the World Cup. So it always feels like something that's so hard-earned, which I think, makes you appreciate it so much. I think obviously from a zoomed-out perspective, I'm feeling all the feels and knowing this will be my last World Cup and my final season just in general. Feeling really grateful to be here, like I said in my press conference, and still feeling really good and like I have a lot to offer. Excited to hopefully have a chance to defend our title.
Megan, this is a Winter World Cup, not a Summer World Cup. How does that change things for you and the team?
I'm from Seattle, so this feels literally right at home. I don't mind it too much. It'd be one thing if we were in the tundra or something, but it's pretty temperate in general. So maybe a long sleeve here or there, but I don't even know if we'll need to break the gloves out. So I'd honestly rather have this than like scorching heat. I tend to melt and don't do very well in the heat. So I think this will provide for good matches and everybody to be playing well.
Did you know much about New Zealand before coming here?
Not a ton. I've never been here. I've been to Australia a number of times. I don't know a ton, and I've never been down here. Never been to Auckland. So, looking forward to seeing what do I need to know.
Oh, good question.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Obviously. Of course.
Megan, why was it important for you to announce ahead of the World Cup that you were going to Australia?
Well, I just keep getting all these questions about it. Obviously, I'm 38 years old. It's pretty obvious I'm not going to be playing forever. And it just always feels weird for me to have something settled and feel at peace and to not answer a question honestly or to not just say it. I kind of wanted to have that for myself, and I think it allows me to focus a lot more. I think it allows the team to focus, a lot more. We don't have to get questions every time, every single game. So I think it's just kind of out there, and now I can just really enjoy it and focus on trying to win the tournament.
And obviously there's so many young girls here and young boys that have come to see you. I think a couple walked past us and said, "Oh, we thought open training meant we'd be able to train with you." What does it mean to you you've obviously come here, it's not New Zealand, but there's still so many girls here, out here for you. What does that mean for the team?
I think it's something that we take a lot of pride in. I think especially those of us who've been around for a long time. Certainly it wasn't like this for all the World Cups that we've been a part of and for our entire career. So I think we can really see and feel, the game growing and the sort of world changing around us. And Alyssa, she's blending in with the age of the kids over there. But to know that obviously they get the chance to have a home World Cup and to watch everybody up close and come to these trainings. I know what that meant for me to be able to, see Mia Hamm up close or see Brandy Chastain up close when I was younger. So hopefully it's an inspiration to them, but I think it's also an inspiration to us as well.
You've opted for the blue hair this time around.
Yeah.
What was the choice with that
Yeah,
compared to the
there it
purple?
is over there. That's a little inspo. Crystal had the blue hair. Megan the Stallion had the blue hair. Honestly, the last time I dyed it before this, I dyed purple and it kind of faded out blue, and I was like, oh, it's kind of nice. So I just, switch it up. I have all the colors with me, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Will we be seeing some change throughout the tournament?
Maybe, yeah. Well, I don't really know what goes on up there. I'm not the boss of it.